Hello, everyone. I'm Bob McCraney, and welcome again to This Month in Realty. Today, I'm honored to have back Jamie Harnish. Now, Jamie is an agent with Bosley Real Estate in the Toronto, Ontario area. Jamie, tell us a little bit about how the market's doing in Toronto. Give us an update.
Sure thing. Before we get that, I got a quick fun fact. Today is my birthday.
Happy
And
birthday.
that's not the fun fact, though. The fun fact is I share the exact same birthday and birth year with Beyonce. So there you go. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Start off with a little tidbit. Toronto market, tale of two markets. Freehold market is going completely bananas in an upward trajectory, and the condo market is really starting to slide. I think that is related to people kind of being sick of being stuck inside. We're a major city. We have a lot of condos, 500, 600 square feet with maybe a balcony, and that's all that they have. And being stuck inside from, April with COVID and that kind of stuff, I think people are really starting to not appreciate condo life the way that it used to be. So meanwhile, the freehold market with backyards and driveways and not having to take elevators to get to your front door and that kind of stuff is completely bananas. So that's kind of the short version of the market update.
Interesting. So last month you talked about there being a high number of sales in the luxury homes. Can you give us, that was affecting the averages for your area. Did you notice any trends like that in August?
Yeah, so it was, I don't want to belabor the point too much because I don't want to just repeat what we talked about last month, but it was essentially a very similar thing. So a lot of sales in the freehold market and a lot of sales at the higher price points as well, comparatively to what we saw last year. And especially pronounced for August, because July, when we last spoke, July is not a busy month, but it's not really that slow of a month either. It can have decent activity sometimes, but August in particularly can be very slow. So it is up there with December and January in terms of lack of activity. And last August was no exception. So August of last year was particularly slow. And when you look at August 2020's numbers compared to August 2019 numbers, it makes it seem like that people have all won the lottery because prices are up 20%, 30%.
Wow.
But the stat that I want to point out to kind of show that those numbers aren't really that real is 98.3. That's the percentage in the increase of listings when you compare August of 2019 to August 2020. In no normal comparison would you have a change of almost 100%, almost a doubling of listings when you're comparing 2 months that should be apples to apples, if you know what I mean. So we're really comparing apples to oranges, in my opinion. And so for anybody who's watching this and who sees on the TV and the media that the numbers are all kind of completely bonkers, it's a busy market, it's very frenzied, it is very hectic, but not in the same regard as what is just being kind of everyone being led to believe, I think.
That's really important information. That's really cool. What's the latest on the rental inventory in Yonge and Eglinton?
Yeah, so Yonge and Eglinton, I spoke earlier about the condo market being in a bit of a slide, and Yonge and Eglinton is very dense with condos, and the rental inventory, I should say, continues to climb in terms of number of available condos. And I was looking at the sales stats as well, and two very interesting stats, again, comparing August 2020 to August 2019. The number of new listings for August 2020 compared to last year are up 195%. Now, again, we're comparing a typically slow month to a very, very busy month, but that is almost triple the number of new listings compared to August of last year. And yet, even though we've had triple the number of new listings, sales are down by about 20, I think it's almost 23%. It's like 22.58%. So that is very concerning, I think, for condo owners, and I'm one of them, for condo owners in the Yonge and Eglinton area, to see new listings really increasing, and yet despite having that much more inventory compared to last year, having that much fewer sales as well. The sales to new listing ratio in August of 2019 was 76% because there were 41 new listings, but 31 sales. So a lot of sales compared to the number of new listings that came out. Right now for August, that same ratio is 19.8%. So a huge decline in the ratio or the look or the comparison between the number of new listings coming out and the number of sales just for that month. It's a little bit scary. And if anybody's watching this and they've got a condo and they've been thinking about selling and they don't have to sell, I would advise against it. I would want to have more of a conversation to see what the situation is and to kind of get a better understanding as to what their thought process was. But if you were just kind of hoping to cash out, not a great market in the Yonge and Eglinton area to just be kind of putting it out there to see what happens.
Okay, speaking of needing to have a further conversation, how would somebody reach you?
So cell phone, I guess, would be one way. Text or call, 416-428-8892. Again, that's 416-428-8892. My email is J and then my last name, Harnish, at bosleyrealestate.com. I'm also very easily reachable through any social media platform. If you head to Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, you can see all of my video content and then just send me a DM and I'm quite responsive.
Wonderful. Thank you for being here, everybody. This has been This Month in Realty. Tune in next month to hear more from Jamie and other real estate experts across Canada and the United States. Take care.
Thanks, Bob.